Physical media is very important, kids. One day, maybe the cloud ain't there. How are you going to watch Dogma?
Being able to hold it in your hand and see the artwork and the posters and have the names, it's, it's a real thing.
It's such a sadness that you think you've seen a film on your fucking telephone. Get real.
All right, guys, it is that time of the show. In fact, it's that time of the month where we forecast and look ahead to what's coming out on physical media, and there's none other than Jarret Gahan to do it best.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm here with the goods, and I'm going to do what I did last month, where I kind of divided everything into two categories, newies, and I think I called the other ones classics, maybe.
Yeah.
And obviously, some of the films are probably far from classics, but needless to say, they were released some time ago, and they're just coming out on 4K or in some instances Blu-ray. So yeah, just keep it nice and clean. I thought I'd get the mess out of the way first, and we'll get through the newies, which I don't know how this happened, gentlemen, but I think I've actually seen most of the new releases, which is just, I think I've been to the movies a handful of times. I have caught up with some stuff on streaming. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased to say I've probably seen 3/4 of the films being released this month on home end that are new. The first one being Weapons, which is coming out across all the formats, 4K, Blu-ray, DVD. This one's got Atmos on the 4K and the Blu-ray, and it's one of those movies that would definitely benefit from Atmos. In terms of special features, a bit light on. It's like 3 featurettes. There's no commentary track, which is a shame because we've been waiting for that Barbarian release. And, that went digital. It hasn't had no physical release, but the director has recorded a audio commentary that you can listen to on the iTunes version of it. But yeah, as far as I've seen, no commentary track.
It's really weird too, because he's been out on a campaign trail just completely talking about the film and how he came up with it and all this kind of stuff. So
100%. They had him out for the theatrical, and he's been out now promoting the home end release, doing, so yeah, it's sort of baffling. And being a Warner title, I just don't see them double dipping any time in the future. So yeah, crazy. But I did get to see that one theatrically, which I was most excited. It was one of those weird movies that I went to see in a cinema, and the cross section of people there was just baffling. I thought this publicity's worked because this is the most, varied group of people I've seen in a cinema. Every age bracket, every ethnicity. It was just something else, and I was like, wow, okay,
mums and bubs
is really working. Yeah, well, we got a babysitter for this one, but they do need to do some mums and bubs sessions of these.
They had
movies.
a slide.
Yeah, exactly. Just I've heard how these things work, because I always thought that the kids get to play on the slide during the movie. I thought that would be very distracting. You paid your money, watch the movie. Apparently they do an intermission in the middle of the movie, which sounds fantastic because the kids can get on the slide. Maybe you can use the bathroom, and
I have been into one of them. They open it up before the film, then they close it, and then they open it up again, close it.
I have to say, as I'm getting older, the having an intermission for a toilet break in the middle is a lot more appealing. So maybe I need to start going to the mums and bubs sessions just to take a quick break.
I know.
And you get some hot mums.
It's hard because I like to drink, I like to have a big beverage during the movie and then just have to hold on and spend the last 15 minutes of the movie not really enjoying the finale because I'm just trying to hold my bladder. But I do remember last time getting up at an inopportune time to go to the bathroom. I think it was during the Death Wish remake, the Eli Roth one with Bruce Willis. And of course, the moment I left is the moment they get into the house and, almost kill his wife. I don't think she dies in that one from memory, or at least she's in the ICU. And I remember saying to Danny, they didn't rape her, did they? And she goes, no, they didn't. I went, oh God, that's such a relief. I go, every Charles Bronson film in the Death Wish series, someone was getting, Yeah. So anyway, that was refreshing. So I've never gone to the bathroom during a movie ever again, because I certainly don't want to see Elizabeth Shue or whoever not get killed on screen. Moving on, Megan 2.0, I think it's Megan, is coming out. Now, this is one of those beautiful releases that's being released in an unrated edition locally with an MA classification. So I think maybe we just call it uncut. I didn't see this unrated version. I saw the theatrical cut, and I really struggled with it. I thought, I'm all for doing fresh things with, IPs, but I mean, you've had one movie. I don't think it's too bad if you go back to the well for the sequel. Maybe by the third one, try something new. But this was like a completely different film.
Yeah.
Like it was, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's just he's flexing his autonomy, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. And hats off to him. Like, I mean, it's a shame it wasn't successful because it could have,
Well,
you know,
maybe fourth time will be the charm. He's done 2 bangers. He had Housebound and Megan
Housebound and the original Megan. Yeah, exactly. And now there's a spin-off for the Megan franchise that's coming out early next year, Soulmate. And I think the A is an 8 because that's clever.
Yeah.
I love it when you take a film title and you change one of the letters to a number. Anyway, moving on. That one actually, in terms of special features, has 4 featurettes on it. So again, no commentary track, nothing special about this. Does have Atmos on the 4K and the Blu-ray though. I couldn't see myself revisiting this one anytime soon. The next one I'm super excited about, and I know you gentlemen probably are too. The Naked Gun 4K Blu-ray DVD. It's coming out in all the formats, and this is a full-fledged special edition. This is actually a special edition because not only do you have like 6 featurettes, you've got deleted scenes, outtakes, and what else was there? Something. Oh, they've got mock commercials in there as well. So outside of a commentary track, this is a pretty definitive edition. And I saw this one theatrically, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I loved it.
It was so good. Right down to the end credits, which, spoiler alert, I mean, it's the end credits, but when Pam Anderson runs up to one of the paused bathers on, the Lazy Susan and says, get up, you piece of shit. That's right. That's what it was. I laughed about that for days. So I'm so stoked that this is getting a 4K release because it's hard enough getting a comedy into cinemas, let alone it coming out on home entertainment and getting a 4K release.
I really hope that they position the disc so that it's like the hole in the disc is where it's crunchy, so you can put your finger through.
That would be amazing. So you should be working in the marketing department there.
I just want it to be called Beg for the Brown edition.
It's got the kind of ass that makes you beg for the brown.
Oh, I'm so excited. And Atmos on the 4K and Blu-ray. So, I mean, that's going to sound great, especially with those swooping owl sound effects in 4K. It'll sound great on the Atmos track. Now, the next one, Together, is coming out. Another film I saw theatrically. And I had a bit of mixed feelings about this. It was fine. I didn't love it.
I liked it. It was shot a
great
stone's throw away
concepts,
from my office here.
That's pretty fucking cool, actually. Yeah, that's cool as.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I will happily revisit this one, and it's coming out with no Atmos, unfortunately. But there's no Atmos track on the US release, and I don't think there's one on the UK. So they probably didn't even do one, to be honest. But that's coming out 4K Blu-ray and DVD, and it's got a bunch of interviews on there.
So if you want to know what I'd do if I was in that marketing department, I'd just not have a seam in the case, so you can't actually open it.
That's great. I thought it would be like those old school VHS, like Once Upon a Time in America, or Gone with the Wind, that opens up like this kind of
with the sticky substance in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. Yeah,
that's got to be the lenticular with the three faces.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, totally. I love that.
Not as a spoiler, although I think I enjoyed the film, but my criticism of it is the same as my criticism for 95% of other films. Needed more tits.
Oh yeah, of course. There you go. Yeah, I can't remember.
It has a nutty scene in it.
Yeah, oh, the nuts. Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah, there's plenty of dick in it.
Yeah. Well. Well, there you go. That's a seal of approval. Moving on to The Life of Chuck. Sadly, no 4K for this one, just Blu-ray and DVD. This one's coming out. I'm curious to know, did you guys see this?
Yeah, I loved it. I think it's right up there with the great Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah, right. I haven't read the source material. I enjoyed it, but it felt a bit like Curious Case of Benjamin Button, in that it was like an exciting sort of thing about a very ordinary person, which I completely get. But I kind of wish he'd done something exciting.
It's pretty true. It's pretty true to the book.
Yeah.
And the book goes in reverse like this one does. It's the same structure.
Right.
Yeah, no, I like the tone and the feel about it. Kind of had a Truman Show feel about it. Like it was,
Yeah.
It takes its place in the pantheon of greatest movies with Chuck in the title, right behind I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
And what's that one with Dane
Cook? Yeah.
Good Luck Chuck or something like that? Or
that's
like
third.
That?
Yeah.
Okay, that's third.
And the adaptation that's coming for Nick Offerman's book, Little Woodchucks.
Little Woodchucks, yeah.
Okay, well, you got a top 4 there, so you just come up with the 5th one in your set.
The thousand. No, it's beavers. That's beavers, not
wood. That's hundreds of beavers. Hundreds of beavers. Yes. Are you thinking of Chuck E. Cheese? Is that where the beaver thing came from?
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes.
Curse of Chucky.
Next one, I'm curious to know if either of you guys have seen this one. It's kind of flown under the radar. The Home with Pete Davidson.
I haven't.
No,
Blu-ray and
I've,
DVD.
I've heard
I've
him
seen
talk
it
about
around. I haven't. I
Yeah.
didn't because I thought it was because for Monster Fest
That's
we looked at
Swedish
a
or
Swedish film called The Home, and that's
Mhm.
what I thought it was for the longest time. So I just like, oh, I've seen that, didn't watch it.
I was so excited when I saw that on the screener spreadsheet because I thought it was the Pete Davidson one. It was not. But the Pete Davidson one is something else. I mean, it's the same writer director of the original Purge, and he may have actually directed a few of the Purge films. It's an unusual movie. It's far from perfect, and it's probably very far from great. And Pete Davidson definitely doesn't play a comic role in it. It's a horror film.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, and in the last 15 minutes, it's those kind of like last 15 minutes. It leaves it on such a good note that afterward it was like, yeah, I think I actually did enjoy that movie.
that.
I
like
would
that.
watch this again. I think you're going to love it, Glenn. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're going to really enjoy it. It reminded me. Yeah.
I've seen him talking about it online, and he mentions that one moment in the film, which is on the poster, where the needle gets really close to his eyeball.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ,
he says that
yes.
he didn't know until that moment arrived that he had to actually get that close to the needle. He thought it would be a digital effect or something.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, you can tell by the seams of this budget that they did a lot of the things very practically. But yeah, no, it's definitely worth checking out. It's a shame. Like I would have loved to have played that at Monster Fest. It would have gone wild in a crowded cinema.
Pretty
with
uninspiring
genre
title.
Enthusiasts. 100%, 100%. At least the local artwork looks terrific on the Blu-ray and DVD because it does, plays into that eye in the needle in the eye. Moving on to Splitsville, which I think is the only film of all these new releases I have not seen, but I really do want to see because it looks pretty funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, there we go. No, Ben?
No.
Okay, none of us. I went with Materialists, so I can only do one Dakota Johnson movie a year, and I went with Materialists, so I'll have to check this one out in 2026. But yeah, I've heard good things, and I'm keen to see it. So yeah, bring it on. Probably check it out on streaming first. Now the oldies, the most exciting chapter of our PE class, oldies. I'm going to kick it off with the 4K release of Jacob's Ladder that's coming out through Studio Canal. So new 4K scan and restoration of the film. Sadly lacking on the special features front. And this isn't a fact that they've just done, the 4K and not included a Blu-ray because they have done that. But the Blu-ray and the 4K are identical in terms of content. There's only one special feature on here, which is a 28-minute retrospective documentary. I think it's called something along the lines On the Rungs of Jacob's Ladder. And it's got Tim Robbins, 28 minutes sort of piece, and the trailer. But, I mean, Viavision put out the most amazing collector's edition of this film a few years ago, which has all the archival content from the Lionsgate release in the US, plus a bunch of new content. It wasn't just film historians, it was like talent related to the film. So, yeah, it seems like kind of a missed opportunity because I love this movie and I'd love it on 4K. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will double dip and I'll just have to.
It is a great
together.
movie, but it's not one I can rewatch easily. Like it's just.
And I don't know if it will benefit from being on 4K too. To be honest,
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, but yeah, you're right. It is a tough watch. It's an incredible movie when you're watching it, but it is a grueling movie.
Altered States was the other one. I'm like, yeah, great films, but like I can't go back to them. Like they're just too grueling for me.
No, I feel you, and I think Altered States just got a really nice edition from Criterion in the US, and I was like, you know what? As much as I love, William Hurt and old mate that directed it, what's his name again? The chap that did. The Devils.
Not Ken Russell.
Ken Russell. Yeah, Ken Russell. Ken Russell. I think I can just keep that one on DVD. Don't need it on Blu-ray or 4K. Anyway, so that one's out. Then Air America is coming out on 4K Blu-ray and DVD, which is awesome, but also very funny because.
I'm glad he's got shorts on.
Yeah. I remember to wear pants today. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh no, I am going to be able to find it. Here it is. I just picked up the 4K because it went on sale during like Amazon's Prime thing.
Identical cover.
Yeah. But it was only $24, so I don't feel so bad about it. But I never thought that one's going to get a local release, but that's coming out 4K Blu-ray and DVD, and there's a ton of special feature content on that. I'm stoked because
I love that film.
It's so underrated. Like It was pitched as a big movie when it came out. I just never quite hit the box office, and then it seems so largely forgotten about. And it's about the least collectible VHS you'll ever find, because anytime you buy a VHS haul, there's generally a copy of Air America in pretty pristine condition. And you're like, well, that roadshow case will be good for housing something else, because seemingly no one likes it. Even had a dual-sided slick. It was magnificent.
That movie just reminds you how long Robert Downey Jr. has been a big deal in Hollywood.
100%. And that, I feel like that was when he really kind of crossed over from the teen sort of films,
it was his first
into the adult world.
Foray into the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Not that it's
and
then,
then,
film. Yeah.
No, but yeah, absolutely. Acting alongside Mel Gibson, incredible.
That's Roger Spottiswoode too. Love that director.
It is, yeah, incredible filmmaker. And now we just need he did the Getaway remake, didn't he?
I don't know. But he had for that one, he had just done Deadly Pursuit.
Oh, fucking
Just
Shoot to
before
Kill. Love that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, Kirstie Alley, Tom Berenger, and who else? Who was the other actor?
Clancy Brown.
Yeah, the Kurgan's in it.
Yeah.
And
Kurgan. God, what a great movie.
And
That's dying for a
Ben's
Blu-ray
favorite,
release.
was it Richard Moore or whatever his name, the guy that kills himself in It?
Oh,
yes.
Richard Massa.
Massa,
Richard
that's it.
Massa, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He doesn't fare much better in this one.
No,
from
he
memory.
doesn't.
It breaks my heart because it's part of the Touchstone catalog. So given
good.
that it's owned by Disney, we'll probably never see anything outside of a, HD, maybe a 4K digital, but we'll never actually get a good physical. Because, I would love to update that DVD, and I would love a dual-sided slick that has Shoot to Kill and Deadly Pursuit on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to two titles Jane is going to run through real quick. These ones are coming out from imprint. They're those Hitchcock sets that, I think for the most part, these are pretty much sold out. Like there might be retailer stock hitting JBs and that, but for the most part, they're pretty much sold out everywhere else. And I can't recall which one of the two, but one of them was like a single run. They weren't going to do any more units once they went through it, which meant no standard edition. But yeah, Hitchcock, The Early Years, Volume 1, which quickly, I'll go through the titles. The Skin Game, Rich and Strange, Number 17, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and The 39 Steps. Then the Alfred Hitchcock, Hitchcock 9, which has Pleasure Garden, The Lodger, The Ring, Downhill, The Farmer's Wife, Easy Virtue, Champagne, The Manx Man, and Blackmail. Yeah, so...
Once upon a time, the only place you could get those movies was at a cheap kiosk in the middle of a shopping centre.
100%, yeah. I think Force Video used to put out like a big black box set of them. Yeah. Again, if you buy a DVD haul, you're probably going to end up with one of those Hitchcock box sets at some point in time. Taken from the most pristine SD transfers that were released of the first era of
16
video.
There's a 16 mil print projected onto a wall, recorded with a video camera.
That heavily compressed down to a DVD. The next title, also an imprint title, which I am excited to add to the collection, though a little disappointed that there wasn't a little bit more fanfare and effort put into special features for its K-Pax with Kevin Spacey and Jeff Bridges. Ports all the DVD special features. It was a pretty impressive DVD when it came out back in the day. But that's coming to Blu-ray, and I'd just be happy to own the film in HD. I think it's such an underrated movie. I think it's a great companion film to watch with the Fisher King. I think they must make perfect partners. And admittedly, I've not gone back and watched it after all the stuff with Kevin Spacey. Not that I have an opinion on that so much as it's hard to take away that stuff and watch a movie sometimes and just not hear all the noise and go, oh yeah, Anyway, Apex. I will pick that at some point. But yeah, it would have been nice if they'd just done a little extra. And I mean, Kevin Spacey would have been totally up for doing an interview, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was an interesting...
You can include one rant, Kevin, one rant in there.
It was an interesting moment in his career because he'd done Pay It Forward at the same time. Like, it was a really cool little... There were no franchises involved. It was just original little indie dramas.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, the shipping news wasn't too far from that as well. So yeah, it was... incredible time. Then Freaked is coming out 4K Blu-ray. Well, actually, it's a 4K Blu-ray set. There is no DVD. Everyone knows this film. We just played it at Monster Fest. Absolute classic. How Umbrella managed to do this is just beyond. I don't even know how, because technically it's owned by Disney because they own the Fox catalog, and somehow they were able to make it happen with Alex Winter on board and his full support. And they've done it in cahoots with Draft House in the US. It's an amazing looking restoration.
I think that's how they did it. They must have done it with Draft House. Must have been leading the charge, because Draft House through Mondo Posters were doing all those Disney movies and stuff like that. So they've got connections
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
got
yeah,
those
you're right
connections.
too. And they were doing all those Mondo Steelbook art stuff for the Disney releases as well. Yeah. So that's obviously the relationship. But yeah, fantastic release.
I'm going to use this moment just to insert a little bit of information that we haven't included on the rest of the show because it just came to my mind. Ben and I are about to talk about Gate 2. And last week we talked about Gate 1. And I believe Alex Winter has been in production of Gate 3 for a while now. And that's the next project he's trying to get off the ground. So
I'm so glad. I'm so happy if that happens because he was on it for so long. I remember his website when I was doing a lot of research for Gate 2, funnily enough, because I did an audio commentary on the Blu-ray release. When I was doing that, I was doing a lot of research, and on Alex Winter's site, he had like sketches and all these production ideas. So, I mean, yeah, it'd be phenomenal if he was to bring his talents. I just watched his recent film, Adulthood, as well, which was surprisingly quite good with Josh Gad, and I typically don't enjoy Josh Gad, but he played a pretty despicable character, so I liked him.
It must really bother you that he's the one spearheading the whole Spaceballs 2 thing.
I know, but yeah, I guess I mean,
he is kind of suited to that.
I don't like Jeff
bad
Bezos,
people
but
can
I
do
do
good
love
things,
Amazon.
Bad people could do good things.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So moving on, briefly mention this one, and this one's pretty much just because a good friend of the podcast, Joel Brady's worked on this release, and it's The Fire Within, the Louis Malle film, French film, is coming out through Umbrella in a really spectacular special edition. I've never seen it. When Joel told me he was working on it, he said The Fire Within. In my head, I think I heard him say A Fire Within, and I went, "Hey, A Fire, the band. Wait, what are you doing? Is it a documentary?" Anyway, so that one's coming out. Then Cecil B. Demented, the John Waters film.
Yes.
That's coming out on 4K, another spectacular edition, as well as a trade-wide one from Umbrella. The one I'm most excited about that's coming out from Umbrella, because it means I don't have to import the US release, and it's really hard, because at the moment, Lionsgate in the US have started doing this Lionsgate limited sort of series, and you can only buy it from their website. And obviously they don't ship outside of the US, so you would have to use a mail forwarding service. The releases that they're doing through this thing are already quite expensive. So by the time you put the mail forwarding on, you could end up paying like 120 or more for one Blu-ray. And for instance, this one, All of Me, they're doing the release, but Umbrella's done a localized release of it. Different special features. So I'll be picking up the local, same transfer. This Lionsgate Limited thing's killing me, because they're exclusively doing all those Vestron Collector Series releases through Lionsgate Limited. So you used to be able to get them on Amazon, and they were trade wide in Walmarts, wherever in the States. And they ended up getting really cheap. They were retailing for about, I think about 15 to 20 US, but now they're charging for these limited ones like, $30. And they've just done Hider in the House. And of course they need Hider in the House on Blu-ray. So I don't know. Hopefully our good friends at Umbrella, or maybe even Viavision, they've got a relationship with Lionsgate, might start releasing some of these locally. Because, I mean, if anything, I think Gary Busey could do with a win at the moment. Yeah.
How good would a Gary Busey box set be?
From
It'd be
great.
Act of
Piracy, Hider in the House,
Silver Bullet,
Silver Bullet,
White Tiger.
yes.
White Tiger would be great, or Tiger Warsaw.
Oh no, Eye of the Tiger. Tiger Warsaw's the one with Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger, that's right.
Eye of the Tiger would be fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's had a UK and US release, but you stick it in the Busey set, and you get some exclusive content with Busey. Yeah, I'm all aboard.
Yeah, some buttered
if you've
sausages.
Never read the Buseyisms.
Comes with some buttered sausages.
You've never read the Buseyisms, the book that Gary Busey put out. I recommend you getting on Audible and actually listening to him read it, because it's a phenomenal read. And for a point in time, he was when I would be away from home, I would put that book on, and he would serenade me to sleep with his sweet words and sagely advice. I wish he'd listen to some of his own advice, because needless to say, he's been in some
from Buddy Holly to Lethal Weapon to Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Predator at the convention. Anyway, you can go and hang out with Martin Coe. They could make a great movie together.
There's a buddy cop movie waiting to happen.
How good would that be? It would be great. Now, these next two titles I'm really excited about, because I think I might have talked about this last month with Ben on the show, was that Shout Studios have started releasing films locally. So we had Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal come out. Now, this month, we've actually got some of their genre titles coming out. We've got Fade to Black, one of my all-time favorites. And we've also got Dog Soldiers coming out. So, and I'm hoping these, and the price on these are fantastic because we're going to be able to get Shout Studio titles locally at this price point. That is fantastic news. So, anyway, they're dropping November 12th. So they're both coming out the same day. I'll be picking up Fade to Black 100% because I've been watching it and it's been sitting around the $60 price point in the US. And then locally, I think it's going to be retailing for somewhere between $35 to $40. So it's a bit of a
I just watched that Labyrinth one and it just holds up so well. It's such a good film.
Incredible. I'm not so much for the upgrades at the moment. I'm trying to pare down and just be smarter about the purchases. But when it comes to Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, I think I'll be upgrading because they are fresh 4K scans that Shout did. So, yeah, look, I think that's an exception to the rule when it comes to Jim Henson.
It kind of just makes you wonder why they didn't give David Bowie a cup to put down his pants, like because you really can see.
I think it was contractual.
4K, in 4K you could see every ridge. Yeah, it's like something. Yeah, it's like when you saw down a tree and you see all the inner rings within the tree. Yeah, that's how good it is when you watch. That's actually how Vision 4K.
Because David Bowie sold his soul to the devil. That's how the only way you could tell his age. You cut his penis off and counted the rings.
I'm glad they got to the bottom of it eventually. Now the next two
different layers of STDs.
This one's from the early 70s, mid 70s. Oh, this was a very experimental one from the late 70s, early 80s. This one was acquired in New York.
Yeah, you can get like an Iggy Pop stool sample of this one.
And if we take that stool sample, we could create 100 Iggy Pops and form a theme park. Just let them run wild.
That's the new Jurassic Park. It's just like
Iggy World.
Combine the DNA that we found on the penis of David Bowie.
Oh, shit. Okay, so last two releases I'm going to mention, gentlemen. Two releases, pretty cool releases. But also kind of, I don't know how this whole AID, and Studio Canal and whomever determine when they're going to do just a 4K or when they're going to do the 4K with the bonus Blu-ray, because there is sort of no rhyme or reason. Sometimes you're they're not including the Blu-ray because of all special features that are on the 4K. Oh, they're not including the Blu-ray because they know it'll sell enough as a 4K, or they know they're cutting costs. There is no sense because you look at the release titles that come out and you're like, hang on, why was there a second disc with this or what? Anyway, so these two have actually got their Bluray components.
The way that they do it is it's the Channel 9 programming department sketch from Sean McAuliffe. It's just a guy in a nappy with a bunch of darts and just holding. Okay, that's what we're doing. So that's got 4K. That's got extras. That doesn't.
That makes perfect. Now, see, that makes perfect sense. I wish I'd known that sooner. But anyway, these two are actually going to have their Blu-rays with them. First being the French film Diva that's coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. I've never seen this movie, but I've always wanted to see this movie because I remember the trailer on so many Palace tapes back in the day, and the artwork was really enticing. And I think I was only put off. Yeah, it was an Academy title. I think I was only put off by it being French language and me being like 7 or 8.
It's the debut from the guy that made Betty Blue, yeah?
It is, yes. Yeah, it's the same filmmaker. You're right, because I was just looking at Betty Blue the other day because I was like, oh, I could watch this. And I went, that's right. This movie goes for 178 minutes, the director's cut. And I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to get to watch that. And that's not going to be anytime soon. But yes, Diva 4K Blu-ray coming out through AID Studio Canal. And then the last one I want to mention, because I think you're excited about this one, Glenn, and that's Harvey with James Stewart. And it's coming out 4K and Blu-ray. And that's an upgrade for me because I've only got the DVD.
What a beautiful film. Well, the only copy I've ever had is from that cheap kiosk in the supermarket, the shopping centre.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Oh, well, there you go. It's a perfect time to upgrade. But look, that's a lot of titles that are coming out this month. And that's just what in my opinion, is the best of what's coming this month. There's a lot of other stuff. There's stuff that's coming out just on DVD, but we know my policy on that. Unless you guys want to talk about one of those films, I just don't mention them. We just pretend they don't exist.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You leave that stuff to us, mate.
Yeah, I'll leave that dirty work to you guys. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as always talking to you. And so what's happening next month when I come back? Are we doing another segment, or are we going straight into Christmas shenanigans and then I have to do one as someone's drinking in the background.
That's yet to be determined. So,
and okay, I was going to say, and every time I say the word Atmos, everyone does a shot.
Yeah.
No. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys next month, and until then, stay physical.